Since I published my 2016 reading list, quite a few people have asked me, how can you read so much? Because I'm also running a startup. So people wonder where I find the time. And there's a few factors that I'd like to share today. The first is I'm really filling up as much time as I can with reading, and I really prioritize it. So I think for most people these days, they're lucky if they get to a few books on their holidays, on their vacation. But I make it, I think reading can give you inspiration, new ideas. It can help you solve problems. So it's crucial. Always when I finish a good book, I'll have, it will benefit me in some way, either in my personal life or at work running the company. So I think it's super important, but it's the easiest thing to delay because there's no time pressure to read. So I will read first thing in the morning, at least 20 minutes or something like that. And then from there, I fill up as many moments as reasonably possible with reading. So for example, I use our app that we make, Saint, which allows you to work in timed sessions and ensures that you take breaks in between. And so in those breaks I will read. I will read on the subway, I'll read if I'm by myself with lunch or dinner. I'll read during that. I'll read before I go to sleep. I'll read on the airplane. So that makes a big difference. And then the second point is I use a Kindle. Any other e-reader would do, but that makes a big difference. Even though I like paperback books, a Kindle allows you can always have it with you very easily. You can always have lots of books on it. So that allows me to really read anywhere on the subway, any moment that I can pull it out and I can read a bit. So that's an important factor. And then for me personally, what is very important is that almost 3 years ago I stopped drinking completely, and that changed quite a lot because of that. I would, if I'm on a plane ride, instead of drinking a few wine, I'm pretty sharp and fresh. I can read almost the whole plane ride. If I'm on Sunday morning, instead of having a hangover, I will read. So I'm reading a lot more on the weekend as well. So I think those factors really contributed to reading 55 books last year. But I think what's also super important is that it's not about the number. It's not that I, at the beginning of the year set out to read, say, oh, I have to read 50 books or something. And I'll talk about that in another video, because I think what's much more important is how much you remember of those books. If you're in some kind of race to try to finish 50 books, but you don't remember any of them, what's the point, So yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But this is how I approach reading.